To present tonight's award, the presenters are, please welcome the Head of Journalism School at Monash University, Associate Professor Philip Chubb, and Chief Judge Mark Baker.
It has been an extraordinary year for news, as we've seen tonight in these 28 awards so far. A terrible year in many ways. A terrible year for Rosie Batty, a terrible year for the innocents of the Lindt Cafe, a terrible year for those unfortunate enough to be on flight MH17. In all of those things, our journalists have done outstandingly well. Great journalism from this city, this state, and this country, and those of our colleagues working around the world. Tremendous work. In a year of terrible news, I think there is one thing that we can cheer, and that is the great life that lives and breathes in our trade, in our profession. In this year, as we've seen again tonight, great work in journalism. Our industry might be going through a period of great upheaval and change, yet as we have seen, journalism has never been healthier. The work of journalists, the great work that our writers, our reporters, our photographers, those pictures tonight, sensational, our camera crews, editors, great work is being done. The Gold Quill, the Monash Gold Quill, is the culmination of the night, the culmination of these awards. The Gold Quill is chosen from among those 28 individual quills that have been awarded so far tonight. It's always difficult to make that choice. This year, my fellow judges impressed on me the need to emphasise that point. In our view, there were several, 4 or 5 of the pieces of work that we've seen tonight that could quite respectfully indeed be applauded as the Gold Quill. Unfortunately, of course, we can only choose one, and I think that particular piece of work is outstanding in many ways, as we'll soon see. So I'd like to hand over to Philip Chubb from Monash to announce it.
Thank you, Mark, and congratulations to all of the winners up to date. The winner that I'm about to announce shortly is very worthy indeed. Just a few quick words about the Monash University sponsorship of these awards. Monash is very proud of its association with the Quills that stretches back quite some time now. Monash is also very proud of its association with journalism. The association with journalism externally and the role of journalism in a democracy and the support that Australia's biggest university provides for that is manifested in the support for the Quills. But internally, within the university, there is also a great deal of support for the teaching of journalism skills, which it's understood apply right across all disciplines and are worthy skills for all students across all occupational groups or prospective occupational groups to achieve. And in light of that, it's worth noting to you that Monash has invested very close to $3 million in the last year in a major building project which will be the centre of journalistic teaching in the university, with a new television studio, a couple of radio studios, several computer laboratories, a theatrette, and the crowning achievement of the architects, a newsroom, which the students will use as a focal point and which will replicate for them the experience of the newsrooms that so many of the winners here tonight have worked in. Monash regards the achievement of the journalistic skills which everybody in this room understands, the skills of interviewing, the skills of writing crisply and cleanly, the skills of synthesising large amounts of information quickly, and the skills of digital production and video editing and shooting and so on, that all of these skills are vital to the future of young people, whatever their aspirations might be. And he's working hard to ensure that those skills remain alive in a period which is otherwise troubling, as we all know. But now for the announcement of the Gold Quill Award, and it's with great pleasure that I say that the person who justifiably and brilliantly skewered the Commonwealth Bank, Adele Ferguson of The Age.
Adele Ferguson's courageous, painstaking and tenacious exposure of the multi-million-dollar financial advice scandal at Australia's biggest bank was an outstanding example of investigative journalism with far-reaching consequences. Her work, supported by Deb Masters and Mario Christodoulou, revealed a culture of greed, secrecy and corruption within the Commonwealth Bank that destroyed the life savings of many vulnerable Australians. The bank was forced to make a public apology and announce a $250 million plus compensation scheme open to 400,000 customers. The revelations also forced the federal government to abandon plans to water down regulation of the financial planning industry. The fallout from the scandal and Ferguson's ongoing reporting is now reverberating across Australia's banking sector.
From the moment Noel Stevens lodged a claim, the bank ruthlessly investigated him. Those promises he would be better off quickly evaporated. A clause in his policy was used to trawl through his medical records to build a case that Noel Stevens had deceived them.
I should just quickly add that there were two ABC Four Corners producers who are also associated with this award, Deb Masters and Mario Christodoulou. Now over to Adele Ferguson.
Thank you. I really did not expect this award tonight. I feel really humbled given all of the amazing finalists and winners. I just want to congratulate everybody, and I really want to thank the judges for thinking that the Commonwealth Bank and the financial planning scandal was worthy of such a great award. It's been 18 months of really digging and really being a pain in the butt to the Commonwealth Bank and Macquarie, and more lately National Australia Bank. But the biggest thank you must go to the victims. Without those, this story would never have come to light, or with the whistleblower Jeff Morris, who had such courage to stand up and not be embarrassed. For years, people have been embarrassed to say they got ripped off by, something like the Commonwealth Bank. They came forward and they went on Four Corners, and that really was a watershed moment, I think, in this country. And I want to thank Deb Masters and Mario Christodoulou and Sue Spencer, and also Andrew Holden for letting me go to Four Corners for 6 weeks. And I'd like to thank politicians, because they've really, they had a Senate inquiry into this. And the ultimate thank you was, the victims really. 600,000 people can go forward to the Commonwealth Bank and Macquarie and seek compensation. We're still looking at whether that compensation scheme is right, but this country really needs to put the light on financial planning and these big institutions, because for years they've been getting away with murder. Thank you.